Hi, my name is Ellie. I'm one half of Tough Souls, and today this is a 3-minute trail video all about the Barrow Way. The Barrow Way is a 120km trail that follows the Barrow Navigation, a long stretch of river that features locks and a towpath so barges can be brought up and down its length. We walked the Barrow from north to south, starting in Robertstown and finishing in St Mullins. It took us 5 days and was our 25th trail when walking all 42 of Ireland's national waymarked trails. In our list of national trails, there are 3 major waterways we walk: the Royal Canal Way, the Grand Canal Way and the Barrow Way. This was our final one of the 3, and we had unintentionally saved the best for last. At a little over 120km in length, the Barrow Way followed almost entirely grass banks and perfectly spaced towns. The grass underfoot was easy to walk along and the river and banks were full of life. On our first day we walked from Robertstown to Monasterevin, covering a bit over 25km before setting up camp for the evening. On day 2 we had a short walk into Monasterevin to find coffee, and by about early evening we reached Athy. Up until Athy, the canal and the river were separate water courses, but at Athy the two combine until St Mullins. Not wanting to camp too close to the town, we pushed on further towards Carlow. On day 3 we got moving early as some heavy rain was due. Sure enough, only a couple of kilometres into the day the heavens opened and we were soaked. Having walked slightly further than expected the day before, we reached Carlow by midday and stayed in Carlow town that night. Day 4 took us from Carlow to the Lockhouse of Sligoff, covering a bit over 30km. We came across magical entrances to manors long overgrown and walked underneath majestic train bridges that reminded me of ancient aqueducts. The river had clearly been a hub of activity for a long time. Recreational now, but with many mills at varying stages of use and ruination spaced along the waterside as well. Day 5 was our final day, taking us from Sligoff to St Mullins. As we walked this trail, we met countless people who would tell us that we still had the best part ahead of us. And while the opinion of where exactly this amazing spot was differed from person to person, the general consensus was Graiguenamanagh. Graiguenamanagh itself was wonderful, and all the surrounding canal banks are great to walk along. It's also possible to kayak the waterway. We saw different companies offering the service, where they would drop the boat wherever you were starting and collect it at the endpoint. For us, it was a really great walk. There was nothing challenging to this style of trail, and would be a great place to gain some walking and camping confidence. If you're looking for an enjoyable, relaxing stroll surrounded by nature, you have found the trail you are looking for. The towns along the route are well spaced for accommodation and food supplying, as well as public transport. Camping along the Barrow Way is possible, but you have to adhere to leave no trace principles. We have a detailed blog post, free maps, and a longer video, all of which is linked in the description. As always, these videos are made possible by the amazing people who support us on Patreon. It's through their continued support that we can keep creating. And this week, I'd like to say a huge thank you to Zach Marrell, Paul O'Toole, and Maura Welch. Thank you guys so much for your continued support, and thank you to everybody who supports us on Patreon. It means so much to us, and I will see you in our next video.